welcome to the 7 Days Podcast. I am Boy123 Jim, and there's a lot of shit that happened in the past week in professional wrestling, most likely in WWE. Like, we had the Hall of Fame, we had NXT TakeOver, and then we had Wrestlemania. Also, Raw after Mania and SmackDown after Mania. And honestly, this week might have been the best week of WWE I've ever been a part of. I swear. The Hall of Fame was a great night. From DDP to Jim Cornette coming on, and Kurt Angle and his parody of Shawn Michaels' theme song and so much more. And then after that, the NXT TakeOver, which I missed live because I was at my friend's house at the time, and I realized I could just watch it later. That's why I didn't do no review, nothing. And then WrestleMania, for God's sakes. When I got home with food and everything, new headphones. When I got home, WrestleMania started. Because I'm like, you know what, it's the pre-show. There might not be anything important that I'm gonna miss or anything. Like, there might not be anything that's worth watching on the pre-show, so I just let that slide. I watched back on the pre-show a little bit while I was watching WrestleMania. But then after that, Monday Night Raw, that I was hyped for. And then SmackDown, and then now we can finally sleep. We can finally breathe, because after so freaking long of just wrestling and WWE constantly, we can finally breathe in and breathe out. We can finally breathe and just relax. Wednesday is gone. We're now on Thursday. Well, I'm recording this Thursday. I'm gonna upload this Friday. So yeah, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is wrestling like free. Unless you're watching Ring of Honor or TNA, then you still got more wrestling to watch. I mean, me, after NXT, I'm done for the week. And then after that, next week we restart. And honestly, WWE is doing something that I'm actually liking right now. I mean, yeah, we have the Superstar Shakeup, aka the WWE Draft, this coming Monday night on Raw. But also, the pay-per-views, right? It's no longer weekly. It's no longer like a week or bi-weekly thing. It's every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. No, it's like a month now. It's like how it was in between the year of 2002 to 2007, where it would be exclusive pay-per-view 1 month, and then the next month, and then the next month, and then the next month. There might be a month later on in the year where there might be 2 pay-per-views, but everything else is monthly. Monday Night Raw has the first crack at a pay-per-view, which is Payback on the 30th, right? And then I think that's like 4 weeks from now, right? So from that, then we have Backlash in May. I think that's like around the 20th, around there. And after that, we have Extreme Rules, and then another SmackDown pay-per-view. Then we have Bad Blood, or I believe Money in the Bank is in there around there too. So yeah, it's monthly, and I'm actually liking that right now because at least it's a month. It's not weekly, because whenever SmackDown pay-per-views come on, I'm not hyped for it because I just like, it's like, okay, it's right there, it's coming up. I'm not really hyped for it as much. But then when the show happens, it's a good show, so that's just a lot of stuff going on, and finally we can all relax, especially for those that went all the way to Orlando, and then now coming back home, they're finally relaxing and just taking it all in what they just did this week, So, like I said, the Hall of Fame show itself, Teddy Long coming out and doing his thing and tag team match, and JBL, since Ron Simmons don't wrestle anymore, JBL might have to be in a match against The Undertaker, or, from that to Beth Phoenix, giving her story and how she started and how she just came through until now, to that point of her being into the Hall of Fame. and then having Tony Chimmel coming out and just doing his rated R superstar thing for Edge, and that was probably one of the funniest moments of the night. And then Kurt Angle, when Kurt Angle came out, he just came out and just said that, you know, he's happy to be back and whatnot, and also giving the today's superstars, you know, advice that you gotta take chances. You can't just, you know, and like you gotta take what you've been given and you gotta use it to your fullest. That's basically what he was saying, and he used examples like he said, "Oh, would you believe me if I had this headgear with the wig on and I made Immortal Hulk Hogan tap out? Or would you believe Kurt Angle would beat Steve Austin for the WWE title days after the 9/11 incident at Unforgiven in 2001 after he had the cowboy hat on?" Or, you know, like so much stuff Kurt Angle's done, especially the what was it, Sexy Kurt, right? So the Hall of Fame show itself was just lit, in my opinion. It was fun, it was awesome. Eric Bischoff coming back, just hearing his theme song was like I was just so happy. It's like, oh, they're gonna, like, when Jerry Lawler was like, oh, we're gonna start the show off with a bang, and I'm like, oh shit, DDP's coming out. Yes, and then Eric Bischoff, his music hit. Eric Bischoff just comes out being a professional and stuff, and to me it was just nice to see Eric Bischoff one last time when it comes to wrestling. I mean, I saw him in TNA. That's when I first saw Eric Bischoff. TNA was basically the place where I first seen superstars. First seen wrestlers that are in WWE or they've left TNA. The first time I see Jeff Hardy was in WWE. WWE was the first wrestling thing I watched, but TNA a year later, a friend of mine was like, oh, Jeff Hardy's over there after he left the WWE in 2009. My friend's like, oh, Jeff Hardy's on TNA now. I'm like, what the hell is TNA? Just watch it on Spike TV on Thursdays, and you'll see it there. And I see Rob Van Dam, AJ Styles, Bad Influence, who are now called The Addiction, and Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, James Storm, Bobby Roode, Abyss, like so many stars, Eric Young, and many more. And then I would first see the first time I ever see Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, it was my first time seeing Kurt Angle was in TNA, and him going up against Bobby Roode, AJ Styles, Eric Young, and many more. I mean, Kurt Angle, when I was watching, Kurt Angle was just a guy. You know, he's going up against Jeff Jarrett about his wife, and, you know, Kurt Angle said that he would quit if he didn't win the world title and whatnot. And after that, that's when I started loving Kurt. I'm like, this guy's a fucking badass. And then I found out his age. I found out what he did in WWE. I'm like, the fuck? Dude, this guy's at this age and he's still wrestling. And then later on, he would lose to Bobby Roode in his final match in TNA. And then he goes wrestling Alberto Del Rio. And he goes wrestling Cody Rhodes in the independent scene. And now the bitch is in the Hall of Fame. The man's in the Hall of Fame now. You know, it's just a weird couple years. It's a weird 6 to 7 years to me. It's like 6-7 years ago, these guys were on one platform, and now they're all over the world. Now they're all over the fucking place, you know? So it was nice to see Kurt Angle and Eric Bischoff. Like, with Eric Bischoff, that was when he was with Hogan at the time, you know? With Eric Bischoff, he was there. He was running things. Hulk Hogan came through, and then they turned heel. They made Jeff Hardy turn heel. Which, looking back, I actually like Jeff Hardy being a heel in TNA. The Antichrist of professional wrestling? I like that shit, dude. I like that nickname there. That works for me. The championship, I could work without, but everything else, it worked for me at the time. You know, but then he fucked it all up when he got high again. So, but yeah, TNA, I would say in 2010 to 2014 was the best years of TNA I've ever experienced. And moving up till now, I can do less. I can do without. I don't, like today's TNA, I have no idea. Now, a friend of mine kept telling me that the Hardys are not broken, mainly because they're still in that thing with TNA. With me, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I hear that Rebby owns it. Then I'm hearing the Hardys are still going through the battle with TNA. I'm like, you know what? I'm happy to see the Hardys back. I had a feeling that they would come back as the Hardy Boys, Team Extreme and whatnot. Would I love it if they were broken? Yes, I would, But the nostalgia is getting to me. That's the thing. I'm looking back. Oh my God, Jeff Hardy's back. Oh my God, all those moments I had with Jeff Hardy back in 2009 and shit. When he won the World Heavyweight title from CM Punk and added champion to Philadelphia, and so much more. But they were able to change everything. And they were the reason why the New Day had that crappy compound match with the Wyatts. Like seriously, they were the reason why that the New Day had a battle with with Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan, leading up to Battleground for their tag team match because of the Hardys. The Hardys, WWE was looking at TNA like non-competition, and then yet they were able to take a concept and try to morph it into their own. So the Hardys being broken had something to do with that, and that's how powerful and big they are. When they came out and I hear the old Hardys theme song, yes, you saw my reaction. I lost my fucking mind because I'm like, maybe they might not show up. Maybe tomorrow on Raw they can show up. That could be good. That could be it. But they came back and they immediately won tag team titles. Immediately, so that was a cool moment when they came back at WrestleMania. And then now when they came back the next night, I'm like, maybe Matt Hardy could still do some broken mannerisms, some facial expressions. But then on Monday Night Raw, he did the Hardy the Hardy hand gesture. When he did that, I'm like, oh, okay. I think we're starting to fade away from being broken in Matt Hardy. That's what I think. They did do the old entrance, the pyro and everything, but still, I just think that that's what's gonna go down. When he came on Raw Talk and he was talking, and I'm like, oh, he's not broken, or he not. I haven't used him. I'm sorry, I haven't heard him used any words of what broken Matt Hardy would say. I honestly think maybe the broken gimmick is just an outside of WWE type of thing. That's what I think, because he was all over the place with that gimmick, WCPW and all these under indie promotions. But now coming back to WWE, it's like, sorry guys, you can't be broken. You gotta be the Hardy Boys. You just gotta. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with the situation and the lawsuit and whatnot. I hope to God that the Hardys, I think they are gonna win the lawsuit, but I hope when they do win, they actually go through it. Like, I could see them turn heel, and then they can introduce the gimmick that way, like where they're sick and twisted, I can see it like that. I get it. They're going to be loved either way. But still, I can see them, just attacking someone, and then they just come out all vicious. And then Matt Hardy brings out his wife. They don't really use... I don't think they're going to use their son. But yeah, brings out their wife. Matt Hardy brings out Rebby. And after that, she does the piano. And then they sing. And then... I don't know. I just feel like, you know what? Let's wait. Let it... let it digest that they're here, and then they're gonna introduce it at a time. That's what I think. But hopefully, they do come through with the Hardys being broken eventually. That's just what I think. What else? Finn Balor finally, after fuckery after fuckery after trickery. All right. He's not Uncle Ruckus that he knows every trickery in the book, but Finn Balor returns finally. No more trolling people on the internet, saying that he's fine and whatnot. He's finally back, and some people don't see Balor. I mean, people mentioned Balor versus The Undertaker. That I didn't see. I'm like, what would be the story between that? Oh, the Demon, the Phenom. I don't know. We don't even have a story for Reigns and Taker. What are we gonna get from Balor and Taker? I would love to see it because it's something different, but at the same time, it's like, where's the story behind it? You see, and then Brock Lesnar coming out, and Paul Heyman was bringing up names, Rollins, Roman Reigns, or he mentioned someone else. I can't remember who, but he mentioned a lot of people, and then the fans were like, "We want Balor," and then some people were like, "Oh, we don't." Some people don't want Balor to face Brock. It won't be believable, I guess. He's like, "Oh, with Daniel Bryan or CM Punk, it's believable because guys their size, going up against someone like Brock, it's basically the Goliath David story." But with Balor, I don't know. Honestly, it would be different. To me, it's like something new, something different. We've been seeing the same shit for the past couple months. This is all bringing back to 2014 for me. I will never forget Monday Night Raw. After Brock Lesnar went on his freaking 3 to 4 month hiatus up until the Royal Rumble. I remember in October, for 3 to 4 weeks straight, Dean Ambrose teamed up with John Cena to face Randy Orton and Kane. Randy Orton, Kane, and Seth Rollins. Or like shit like that. It's always them. It's always those 5 superstars always in a match in the end. That's what it kind of reminded me in the past couple months. Kevin Owens, Jericho, Rollins, Reigns, Sami Zayn here and there. But in the end, it's Rollins and Jericho, or Rollins trying to get to Triple H, and Kevin Owens gets involved. Kevin Owens and Reigns. Jericho gets involved, hang up in a shark cage. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's repetitive shit. And they try to do it in multiple different ways, but it's still using the same people. I just can't. But Finn Balor coming back, that's just great to me. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen later on in the next couple of weeks. And you guys see it right there. Shinsuke freaking Nakamura, dude, coming out, debut against The Miz. I think we might get him versus The Miz at one point, because he debuted while The Miz was being all goofy about John Cena. I think The Miz is going to take offense that, oh, who the hell does Shinsuke Nakamura think he is, coming out interrupting my moment, my time, and then Nakamura just challenges him to a match or whatever. And I see that. I see that definitely. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. I mean, yes, Bray Wyatt should have won. I am not wrong. I am not disagreeing with anyone about that. But I'm not mad that Randy Orton is the WWE champion. A friend of mine actually told me that, remember SummerSlam? Remember what Randy Orton did for Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam? And then he was told that he was owed for that. Brock Lesnar busted him open for real with his elbow. And then he was in a pile of his own blood, dude, at SummerSlam. And then months later, people are upset that he's the WWE champion now. I mean, I get it. Bray Wyatt having a 1 month title reign, that doesn't really constitute as a title reign. But at the same time, you gotta think. The reason why this happened, the reason why Bray Wyatt was the WWE champion, is because Randy Orton was old, and they had to use it they had to do something in a storyline for Randy Orton to get back the WWE title. So Bray Wyatt was the perfect choice. They let Randy Orton. This is what I'm thinking. After I was told that Randy Orton was old after WrestleMania, after SummerSlam, I'm thinking that Randy Orton probably came up with this idea that he was joining with the Wyatt family, and then then he eventually turned his back on him, and it actually led for Bray Wyatt to become champion. At least we can all say now, Bray Wyatt, former SmackDown Tag Team Champion and a former WWE Champion. In the list of champions, you can see finally Bray Wyatt's name is in that list. We may not like the fact that he lost the title after 1 month, but at least we can say Bray Wyatt was the WWE champion. I mean, to me, I look at it like this. If you become the WWE champion, your fucking career is already done. Your career is done. You achieved your goal. You have nothing to prove now. That's just my take on it. But maybe Bray Wyatt can get another reign at another time, then we'll see that. But yeah, that's what I think. Honestly, I think AJ Styles should still be the WWE champion, mainly because I want him to break CM Punk's streak, his record of 434 days, because nobody's broken that yet. Not Seth Rollins, nobody. So that's just what I think about that. And now this whole superstar shakeup this Monday night, I'm going to give you guys 5 people I want. Oh yeah, but before I get to that. This month is April. Next month is May. Guys, and Simon Gotch got released by the WWE yesterday, and I know about that. I tweeted about it. He liked my tweet. You guys go check it out. Right? On my Twitter, links in the description box below. Freaking this month and next month, for the next month, superstars are going to leave, because WWE is going to be doing that spring cleaning. So we got to watch out who's going to be going. Simon Gotch is the first one so far, and we got to wait and see who is next. So we got to remember that anyone could let go. Anyone could be let go. I think Eva Marie's next. I'm hearing that they're done with her already, and I don't fucking blame them. So I hear that she's next to be gone. I'm not hearing that. I'm actually thinking that she's next, actually. So Gotcha's gone. I think Eva Marie's next, and you can leave your comments down below who you think will be gone in the spring cleaning of WWE. Who will be fired next? Just give your thoughts on that. And now the superstar shakeup. The 5 people I think that should be switched between both brands. I want AJ stay on SmackDown. I want Rollins to go to SmackDown. Just to change shit up. I want Reigns to stay on Raw and John Cena to stay on SmackDown. Or maybe, actually no. Yeah, switch it. Reigns on SmackDown, Cena on Raw, so Cena can go after the Universal title. He never won that yet, so let him go after that, so you can say he won every active title that's in the WWE besides the Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, I would want Cena, Reigns, Rollins to be changed. AJ Styles stay. Enzo and Cass go switch to SmackDown. Maybe Gallows and Anderson too. There's so many superstars that needs to be changed. Sami Zayn is no fucking question needs to be changed to SmackDown. No question. No doubt in my mind, Daniel Bryan should be picking up Zayn to SmackDown. I mean, that would have been my first pick. That would have been my first pick. Sami Zayn, SmackDown. Everything else, I'll think about it. Because Sami Zayn has babyface written all over him, and they're just fucking him up right now. You know? I keep telling myself, maybe he's gonna get that big ass babyface push where we all believe in him, but he keeps losing and losing and losing and losing, and then when it finally comes down to it, where something big is on the line, that's when Sami Zayn is gonna win. You know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Daniel Bryan-esque type of story for Sami Zayn. That's what I'm thinking. And I really find it funny how people are like, oh, I thought, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, I thought their match at Battleground was the final match. Bitch, you know that they're not gonna stop fighting. Come on. I knew it from the beginning. I even said it. I don't care if that was their last match. I want them to fight again and again and again. I don't care. Their matches have been interesting or fun for me, and I always will love their matches. There has been some occasions where I'm just not feeling it, but still am interested in watching the match. I'm gonna be honest. Still, their Battleground match is one of my favorite matches of all time in 2016. But yeah, you can't sit there and be like, you can't sit there and actually think that WWE, with the brand split with all things, are that, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on the same show are not going to fight again. That's just dumb, in my opinion. But yeah, a lot of superstars need to be shaken up. Sami Zayn is my first pick to go to SmackDown. You guys can leave your comments down below. You guys can give me your thoughts on who you think should be going to SmackDown, who you think should be going to Raw. Who do you think should what do you think? What should happen? And there's one more thing I want to talk about before I go. Roman Reigns, dude. I have never, ever heard a reaction like that. And I watched ECW One Night Stand so many times. Both of them. 2005 and 2006. I have never heard a crowd so loud like that in Orlando since ECW One Night Stand. Because ECW, man, I mean, I remember 2006 RVD versus John Cena. I remember John Cena throwing his shirt in the crowd like he always does, but this time the crowd was like, we don't want your shit. And he keeps throwing back his shirt. He keeps throwing back the shirt. I remember at one point before the match began, the last time Cena threw his shirt into the crowd, a guy tried to throw it back, but then a black dude got the shirt, wiped it on his ass, and said, fuck you. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen before the match began. They throw toilet paper at John Cena. They're chanting so much shit at John Cena that night. It was so fun watching. It was so great to listen and everything. Same thing almost happened at Monday Night Raw at the beginning of the show. We had a huge thank you Taker chant leading into Roman Reigns sucks chant. And then Roman Reigns comes out without saying a damn word. Shut the fuck up. Go away. Fuck you, Roman. You suck in different chants. And then all he had to say was, this is my yard now. And that's it. That was just awesome. Awesome. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next couple weeks. I don't think anything outlandish is going to happen, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see for that. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this 7 Days podcast. Great listen. If you guys can, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And I'll see you guys next time. I mean, give your thoughts on the Superstar shakeup in the